With media in 2025, you are the product. Welcome back to XGen Investor. I'm your host, James-Vogel. I'm not sure if you know, but Microsoft owns LinkedIn. I didn't know, but I looked it up when I noticed certain posts were not getting any traction on a platform, while otherwise my following there is growing steadily. The common denominator was the post directly criticized Bill Gates for inaction in clearing his name pertaining to his association with Jeffrey Epstein. Microsoft is silencing dissent. With the internet, we've become accustomed to exchanging our data for access to platforms, access to media, just for information on us. We assume this is so advertisers can better target us, but most of us don't know all the ways our data is used, and we don't know how it's used against us. 5 of the Mag 7 dominate Web 2.0, our current internet. Alphabet owns Google and YouTube, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, Microsoft owns LinkedIn, Amazon and Apple own music and entertainment streaming platforms on top of their core businesses. And if you add Nvidia and Tesla in this era of AI insanity, and you have about 40% of the value of the S&P 500 in 7 companies. That's market concentration, and it's unhealthy. We also have concentration in media. Only 5 players dominate our news coverage in America: Comcast, Disney, Fox, Paramount, and Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't have time to dive into the consolidation of local TV stations, radio stations, and newspapers, but I'm assuming it's not news to you. We all know it and accept it because we have no other choice. What you might not know is that Vanguard is the largest shareholder in each of the Mag 7 companies. BlackRock is the second largest shareholder of each, and State Street holds somewhere between 3 to 5% of the shares in each of those companies. These 3 companies run index funds and ETFs. Owning shares in their investment products gives an investor diversification, which can be beneficial in some ways, at some times, for some investors. It's a terrible strategy, though, during market crashes. More on that later. Unfortunately, this passive form of investing has come to dominate the markets. That in itself creates imbalances. It also destroys shareholder democracy, as Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street generally get to vote the shares held in their funds. These 3 companies are known as the Big 3, and they're also among the largest shareholders in Disney, Warner Brothers Discovery, Paramount Global, Fox, and Comcast. Disney owns ABC, Warner Brothers Discovery owns CNN, Paramount Global owns CBS, Fox owns Fox News and Business, Comcast owns NBC, MSNBC, and CNBC. They are all owned by the Big 3. Soft power in today's markets doesn't mean issuing commands or signing memos. It's subtle, structural, and often invisible. The Big 3 rarely, if ever, intervene directly in editorial decisions or product development. Instead, they leverage their massive shareholdings and board influence to shape incentives. By being the largest shareholders across tech giants and media companies, they can sway corporate strategy, approving leadership choices, nudging capital allocation, and prioritizing growth initiatives that align with continued market optimism. This creates a compliance through alignment effect, where companies self-regulate in ways that preserve valuation, market confidence, and shareholder interests. On the media side, soft power operates through financial and structural influence. Major media platforms in this paradigm have incentives to favor narratives that keep valuations high. This isn't direct censorship. It's about which stories get promoted, which get filtered by algorithms and which voices are quietly marginalized. The effect is reinforced by ad dollars, partnerships, and algorithmic amplification. Positive stories about AI breakthroughs, billion-dollar funding rounds, and market optimism are disproportionately highlighted, while skeptical or critical reporting often struggles to reach comparable audiences. Executives and founders benefit too. When platforms like LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook suppress or limit the reach of content critical of major players, as in the case of my own post critiquing Bill Gates or certain AI hype narratives, it shapes public perception without the appearance of overt control. Users see consensus, not debate. Investors see momentum, not risk. By aligning incentives across ownership, governance, and platform mechanics, soft power subtly directs attention, amplifies favorable narratives, and discourages dissent, all while remaining legally and operationally diffuse. In essence, soft power is exercised not through overt control, but through ownership structures, board influence, financial incentives, and algorithmic amplification. It creates an ecosystem where the narrative, the market, and ultimately public perception all tilt towards outcomes that benefit insiders, perpetuate hype cycles, and minimize scrutiny. This all harms the public in many ways. We're led to believe that hallucinating chatbots are coming for our livelihoods. We're told AGI is around the corner when it's impossible with LLMs, and at best, a long, long way away. And investors are duped into a false narrative repeated over and over by our trusted media. They buy at the wrong time and yet again prove to be the dumb money. The rich get richer and we all get pummeled. It's not like Trump's SEC or FCC are going to do anything to stop this. He's a proud fascist. Mussolini, who coined the term, noted that corporatist would be a better descriptor. The corporations control the state serves them. Laws currently are being ignored. The only law is that the powerful win and everyone else better stay in line. I don't want to get into party politics, but corporatists have ruled both major parties in the US for most of my lifetime. So as investors, what can we do? Question everything. Avoid passive investing. Do our own research. Trust only in ourselves and those who have earned our trust. Share the truth with those we love. And love one another as times get even more difficult than they are today. Take care. This is not investment advice. Please do your own research and speak to a licensed financial professional if you deem it necessary. Take care.